Let me tell you something. From the gate, one thing that ballroom is synonymous for is face cracking. Face cracking. Let me tell y'all something about face cracking, ballroom, and reality TV. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 3, episode 1 of Legendary. Like I said, baby, always, it never fails. During a ball, somebody, I repeat, somebody is going to get their face cracked. That's ballroom. That's ballroom. And then reality TV. See, reality TV, you gotta watch. The two things that are truly not the friend of the reality TV show star are confessionals and reunions. Confessionals and reunions will make a damn fool out of you if you're not careful. So with all that, let's start this. Because I didn't even know if I wanted to review the show this season. I didn't know if I wanted to just sit back and just chill and just take it all in and just enjoy myself, or if I wanted to play around with notes and all of this stuff. Listen, when I seen the face crack, oh, the face crack that took place on episode 1, I said, where's my camera? Where is my camera, honey? Somebody push the button, push the button. Listen. So listen, we got a new judge, Keke Palmer. All right. Okay. I guess. When they were saying we were having a guest and I figured it wasn't going to be Megan, I was like, maybe they're going to give us Tiana. That's who I was looking for. I was looking for Tiana. But they gave us Keke. So it's cool. So Keke opened up with her new song, Bottoms Up. Along with, she was backed up by last season's winners. It's not a bad song, okay? It's not a bad song. It wasn't for this. See, Megan stamped some stuff when she was here. When Megan did, because Megan did several performances in her time with Legendary. And Megan was a natural with doing what she does, which is female rap, and mixing it into a whole ballroom situation. She just stamped it. She was very good at it. It just flowed for her. It didn't flow like that for Keke for me. I felt like Keke's song and performance should have been on Empire. That's what it gave me. One of the performances from Empire, and then they just threw a little at the end of it to make it fit in with the ballroom, and it was a no-go for me. That's my personal opinion. Was it a bad song? No. Was it bad for this? Yes. Moving on. This season, they're adding in this gag flag. 1 per judge. Only 1 can be used per episode. And it's basically an immunity. They, if they don't agree with what's going down, they can give one of the houses immunity and they, will be able to come back for the next show. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to throw, we snatch little things from RuPaul's Drag Race all the time. Ain't no big deal. It's cool. So Keke's the new judge. This episode, the premiere is actually split into 2. So this is part 1 of the premiere. There's 10 houses. We're going to do 5 of the houses, and then, we'll do our breakdown like we do. The money is $100K. It's $100K going away from this. The first category is Grand March, and it's Come As You Are. So we need to know what you bring, what you give, and a little bit of your background story. First house up is the original house, baby. 1968. The original house. La Basia. Come on now. The house of La Basia. We got Father, what is his name? Zoho. Father Zoho. Frida, she's from Sweden. You got Aja from RuPaul's Drag Race. She's part of the house. Jelani is there. And then their performance, I thought, it did tell the story. They told the story. They paid some homage to Miss Crystal. Miss Crystal, child, Miss Crystal, baby. Miss Crystal, honey. Look at her. Her makeup is terrible. Listen, they gave you, Aja was giving you Miss Crystal, honey. She gave you Miss Crystal, and I got my life off of her. How do you think you did, honey? If you know the clip, you know the clip, honey. Miss Crystal was something, honey. So they gave you some homage to Miss Crystal, and then definitely Father Zoho came down, baby, with the puff sleeves from Paris is Burning, honey. Giving Pepper La Beija, Pepper La Beija. So right away, of course, we picked up on that, and I screamed. I was like, yes. But it very much is the past, and that's what the intentions are. This is the thing with ballroom. This is the thing with ballroom, drag, everything that we do is gays, honey. The new kids, a lot of times, don't feel the need to celebrate what was in the past. They would like to push it out of the way. So that was kind of coming across. It's like, this is old, child. This is the old way is the only way, honey. You can't have any of the other stuff if there was no old way. So pipe down, pipe down. So that was the thing, but it was done. We got it. It was what was intended. And the judges were like, you know, it was cool. I got where you were going, but I wanted more energy. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. They could have actually added things to it to really bring it up. But you only have a certain amount of time, and they really focused on the yesteryear. So that was that. It was, you know, half a dozen in one hand, a dozen in the other. It was what it was. But they did okay, and they scored cool. Next was the house of Alpha Omega. Listen, baby, let me tell you something. This is a whole house full of boys, okay? It's a house full of boys, and they got one soft and cunt, honey, and she is very that, honey. Cute. They're all very, very cute. You got legendary overall father Ronaldo. Trayon. You got, what's his name? Adam? Taj and Rebel. Listen, from the door, we already know Law. Oh, hot pussy Law, honey. Law was smitten, honey. Law was over there like, somebody family, honey. And Jamila usually follows right behind Law, honey. Her little, honey, she's over there hot and bothered, honey. And then Kiki was a little smitten with them. I said, okay, okay. They were really good. They were good. Their performance was, it was good. It wasn't, you know, over the top fabulous. They are over the top fabulous. They are like literally a good looking house. Everybody in the house is just a dime piece. So that's what that was all about. And this is the thing. Their father has their asses polished and trained for television consumption. That was what stood out for me. When we see, because you know, all in between we see our confessionals. They wasn't throwing no heavy shade at nobody or anything like that. They really weren't. They were just their father with his little cute self, honey. He has their asses polished and presentable for TV, watching pleasure, honey. I said, okay, I'm here for that. Totally here for that. They did really, really well. Moving on. This was another one, baby. The House of Revlon, Paris, France, honey. Listen, they came in here, honey, talking their shit. And we on honey. I said, look at them, honey. And they was throwing their little French stuff around. And listen, you got Father Vinny, Mother Kiana, Kobe, fine. Kobe, Giselle, and that Nunoy, honey. I said, look at Nunoy, honey. I said, oh, come on here with the Asian persuasion, honey. Yes, indeed. But good looking. They got their, their queens and a real well-rounded group. But I love how they literally when I say they represented for France, honey, it was given honey, and they were unapologetic, honey. We are from France, and we came here to stomp, honey, and that's what they gave. They talked their shit, and they stood in it, and it was cool. I love how in their performance they were part of the way done when they actually introduced their daddy, honey, because their daddy is about as tall as this, honey. He is little, honey, but he packs a punch. Honey, he came out of a little box, honey, and gave it to him with this little dramatic dip. I said, come on, daddy. So I really enjoyed them. I really, really did. And I really felt like they really represented for Europe. And I was like, here for it. I liked the House of Revlon, Paris, France edition, of course. Honey. I liked them. They scored well as well. Now, this is where it started to get interesting. By this time, we've seen 3 houses. And I have to tell you, there's a house that we haven't seen yet, because we know we got 10 of them. And there's a house, and they keep flashing to them. And by the time we were pretty much halfway through the show, there was one bitch that was just driving me mad, talking shit. I said, you're talking a lot of shit. You're starting to get on mother's nerves. And that's Mother Treasure over here. You starting to get on my nerves. You doing a little too much yapping. And I said, see, now you set yourself up. I don't know if this is your first go round as pertains to reality TV, but baby, these confessionals are not your friend. I understand when we play reality TV, you fight for camera time. Bitch, don't get hung up in it. Do you understand? Moving on. Next house, the House of Machiavelli, honey. I said, oh. I said, you say Acanelli, honey? Put it in. Oh, no, they said Machiavelli. Oh, okay. And you can lick it, you can stick it, you can take. That's exactly what came to mind when they said their name, honey. I'll talk it every drip drop, don't you waste it. Baby, serve it up. It's enough to fill my cup. It's fake. Anyway. That's for another time. Anyway, House of Machiavelli. Listen, you got Goldie, you got Raja, you got Smokey, you got Mara, and then you got New York City Mother, which is Jada the Great, okay? So listen, right away I said, what's going on? Somebody had COVID. This was the thing. I liked their vibe because their vibe matched my vibe when I was in the ball, doing the whole ball thing, because that's how my house started. I was the only girl and I had all sons. I didn't have any daughters. I just had all sons. And then I ended up getting daughters later, and that like completed my whole little situation. But for a minute, baby, it was just me and my boys, honey, okay? So, and I like that too. It was found before those whores came. But I mean, I love my girls, so it's cool. But I just naturally took to, I was like, oh, look at them. So cute. Ciao Baby. I said, what? Wait. Hold it. Hold it. Anyway, I'm going to get to that. Hold it in just 1 second. There was COVID. There's a little COVID situation. So they literally had to practice over like FaceTime and stuff with each other and then try to bring it together. So right away, I wasn't expecting perfection from them because they had some hurdles to jump, okay? So when they came out, I'm just going to be honest. First thing, I was entrapped by them because they had the mother and then it was her and all her sons. All her sons were cats. When they came out, baby, it was nothing but a stage full of cat suits. I said, honey, remember the time when we fell in love? What the hell y'all got going on here? All the sons turned into girls, honey. I said, yes, indeed. Listen, listen. I love everything gay. I love every letter in that goddamn alphabet we got and all the colors of the rainbow. But baby, y'all worked me and cracked my face, honey, when you had all your stuff. Girl, I ain't never had that. My sons didn't turn into women, honey. I said, come on with it, bitch. Everybody was in a cat suit. Cat suits and heels and boots and shit. I said, well, let's go. So they came out. And I was rooting for them. Child, it was boring as hell. It was boring. Ain't no need for me to try to... It was boring. It was boring. It was boring. Law dragged, honey. Law gonna say, honey, now, the fashions... Because the scores were low. Law said, honey, the fashions, it's like what I ordered versus what I got. I said, oh, and that was where it really just went left. Because I could see the one little baby on the side, he wasn't handling the critiques well. So I think it's over there crying. But I said, they're young. They're young. And their mother is a femme queen. So I was like, girl, she'll get it. She gonna get him. She gonna get him together. I said, come on, you'll get it. Baby, when Law said that, honey, that thing just... He was done, honey. I said, Lord have mercy, that poor baby, honey. And they addressed, they said, are you okay? He just said, you know I didn't do my best, and he just was feeling bad. So they gave him some words of encouragement. Child, that thing had me like, child, don't start these waterworks, honey. That thing just rattled my soul, honey. They went from being a boy, and put him in a goddamn cat suit with a mask on. The poor thing that fought through the COVID situation, getting ready on, FaceTime and just falling apart. Then they get their scores, and that's a child look like it's over for them. As you know, somebody's going home. So then they go on back. And then one of the other ones was falling apart. I said, oh, child, all your babies is falling out. Girl, get your babies, honey. Get them! So I was feeling bad for them because I was really rooting for them. I said, oh. So I felt really bad. And we thought right at that point that we knew who was going home. Next house up is the House of Light. And as they start going through their package, we see that they have a message, okay? They have a message. I don't know if all of them or many of them actually have bouts with substance abuse and some suicide ideology, that kind of thing. So there was a positive message that they came out on the upside of these things. So again, this is all naturally, you want to give them a soft spot. But I couldn't really give them the soft spot because when I looked at them, their father is Father Roku. You got Simone, you got Maxima, and you got Danny, and there was one other one, I didn't catch her name, honey. But the thing that drew me right to them is they're all professional dancers. So right away, I was like, oh, here we go. Because I just was talking about this on my YouTube channel the other day. There's a difference between voguing and dancing. They are completely different. And most times, professional dancers don't make good voguers, in my opinion. There is, because with people that do ballet, people like, if you dance for Alvin Ailey, you can get it. You can get it. Because again, Alvin Ailey has an unorthodox type of movement that some street dancers can get it. But folks who do ballet, because it's natural to them to point their toes. It's point. I took ballet. Point is point. But Vogue is not point. Vogue is flex. And it's just that small little thing. And it's for years, since I've been watching in the ballroom, a flexed foot versus a pointed toe makes all the difference. When you talk about folks when back in the day in the 90s when kicking was the thing, we were doing jump kick, high kicks, falling in the splits, a pointed toe just doesn't get it done. It's something about it. The power's not there. When your foot is flexed, that's underground. That's grimy. You know you catching a beat. You can't catch no beat with no pointed toe. How you catch a beat with a pointed toe? Now you could do soft and kind with a pointed toe. But when we get time for some dramatics, you can catch no beat with no damn pointed toe, honey. I want you to work me, baby. You pow and you kick, bitch, and your foot need to be flexed when it hit the top. Bow, foot flat as a board. Pointed toe ain't catching no beat, and it don't have the same effect. It's like, oh, girl, come on, your swan song stays on my mind. Girl, we don't want that downtown to the damn bar, honey. We want bang, bam, boom, honey. Bitch, kick. Fall on down. You know, that's what it gives. So, professional dancing versus voguing, it is a bad combo. It's very hard. And some people can do it naturally. Some people can do it. And I'm going to tell you what else. Gymnasts. All that flip-flopping around, that ain't voguing, bitch. That's exactly what it is, flip-flopping around. Now, if you figure out that balance, then you good. But a lot of times, people, oh, I took gymnastics. We know. Bye. Chop. I ain't came here to see you do no Dominique Dawes floor run, honey. I came here to see you do a wind up, a spin into a dip like Laomi. I ain't come up here to see you work no uneven bars, girl. Bye. So I said all that to say this. I zoom in on this group, the House of Light. So they got their sob story together, okay, to draw in the attention. And then when I looked and see Father Raku, I said, oh, you're the bitch that been talking shit all night. Really, Father? So I said, oh, well, listen, you better get out here and it up. Baby, they got out there and it was pure, unadulterated trash. It was trash. It truly was. I ain't got no nicer way. This is why I'm even doing this, because I said I didn't even know if I wanted to actually review the show. After seeing this, I definitely had to review because I had something to say. It was trash. It was trash. And they gave them some terrible feedback and some terrible scores. I said, oh, you must have heard what was going on in the back room. Because what was going on in the back room, Raku had got on my last nerve. Had something to say about every single goddamn person. I thought the bitch was doing a James Earl Jones narration. She was talking so much back there. Got out there and, girl, what is you... When they said dancing by numbers, I said... It wasn't nothing but Broadway on the ballroom floor, honey. And wasn't nobody buying that, honey. People were buying popcorn and peanuts, honey. Nobody was buying that dance. I said, this ain't working. It was very much, it didn't give me Paris is Burning. It gave me that choreography that they used to do on Batman in the fight scenes back in the day in the 60s. That's what it gave me, honey. I didn't like it. I wasn't impressed. And then I said, maybe I'm being mean because he didn't got on my nerves. No, Laomi came up there and that Laomi gave them a 3, which is the lowest score that has ever been given on this whole show, the longest it's been in existence. So, child, for season 3, you got a 3, honey. You made history. And your face got cracked. And you can see it, girl. They was so worked, honey, sitting there like, I said, girl, you think? Face cracked. Do you hear me? Terrible. Terrible talking all that shit. And when she said, we made up a word. It's called nogging, honey. Not voguing. Nogging, honey. No vogue, just dancing. I said, oh. I thought I was bad. Oh, Laomi, honey. Terrible. So that was that for them. I said, phew, just when you thought Machiavelli was going home. So now, I said, okay, here we go. The bottom is Machiavelli versus Light. They bring them up. We get Mara. They already told us Mara was their secret weapon, okay? She's a wildcat. So they put Mara up there. Mother Machiavelli sent Mara out. Light, he went into a whole song and dance about substance abuse and coming out on the other side. You know, the sympathy vote. Let's just call it what it is. I ain't trying to be mean, and I know some people going to be in my comments. I don't give a shit. I said what I said. It was the sympathy plea to get the sympathy vote. I've been in ballrooms since 2005. Okay, don't look like it. And even Jamila said, now since you've been in ballrooms since 2005, that's what I want to see. I want to see Voguing, and nothing less. I want to see it. Bring it to me. Let me see what it is I'm looking for. Them two got out there and got to twirling and doing what they do. The sympathy vote, I'm going to tell you from the door, and I was happy that it did. The sympathy vote went to Machiavelli. It went to Machiavelli, and they basically, they gave it relevancy by saying, it is true, it's very hard to win a battle when somebody's doing dramatics and you're doing soft and kind. And that's true. Dramatics always wins out because somebody, you know, it keeps your attention. And she did keep your attention. But as things really go, if we're going to play the game the way that we really play the game, and I'm not talking about in the ballroom, I'm talking about just in general, even on this show. Because this show could be kind of, especially that damn law. I would have sent them both home. Because neither group is ready to be in this competition. I would have did a RuPaul. Y'all borrowed something else for RuPaul. I would have did a double elimination. But it's okay because I was rooting for Machiavelli because I just kind of liked them. I just have a soft spot for them. So I'm glad they're going to get another week. But they ain't going to be long before they're gone. They're not ready. They're not ready. And then this was the kicker. After all that shit talking, do you know that House of Light got the nerve to get back there and say, well, y'all caught us right at the beginning. See, we just a new house. We just start. Don't even try it. Don't even try it because you had shit to talk like you been on the ballroom floor since Pepper LaBasia. So shut it up, pack your bags up, and go home. I'll see y'all on the next episode. This has been legendary.